If anybody desires to know the ancient history, the premier texts should be consulted. The modern histories from the West do not reflect the time given for the ancient histories, like the story of Sriram. It happens due to the fact that the Vedic Sastra of time calculation, Kalaganana Sastra, is not taken into consideration while fixing those dates. Initially, when those dates could not be calculated, the Westerns called them mythologies referring to gods, inferring they were not histories but were fictitious stories. Some proofs obtained later had divided that opinion. Ancient Sanskrit literature amply clarifies these doubts and potentially brings out the reality for further exploration. The date of the Ramayana and the time of its author Valmiki could not be fixed accurately till now, and it is recorded as premier literary book of the world. The Mahabharata of Vedavyasa, surmised by the West to have been written any time between 8th and 3rd century BC, records all the countries on the globe along with 7 continents and their histories. In this video, some places on the globe mentioned in the Ramayana are given. During the Ramayana time itself, many places which bear the same names till now are mentioned. Since Ravanasura was a very powerful king, Lanka was named in all the astronomical texts beginning with Surya Siddhanta. It mentions that Lanka was on 0 latitude and 0 longitude, hence Surya Siddhanta calls it Niraksha. The Ramayana, of course, begins with the information about Ayodhya. During the exile of Sarirma, the Vanavasa, all the names of places they treaded through are given. Starting at Ayodhya and crossing Tamasa and Vedasruthi rivers, Rama walked through Srunjabarapuram, Prayaga, Chitrakatam, Dandakaranyam, Panchavati by the side of river Godavari and Lapakshi, and he meets Sugriva at mountain Rishyamukha. Of course, they are the present local Indian names familiar to many. When the search for Sita begins, the names of places outside India are mentioned in all the 4 directions from where Sugriva sends his army to cover many present regions and countries. Sugriva mentions the following kingdoms in the 4 directions. I. East direction. 1. Java, called Yavadvipa then, with 7 kingdoms in it. 2. Sumatra, Malaysia, Myanmar in Savarna and Rupyaka Dvipas, which were famous for the sources of gold and silver. 3. Mount Sazira, the highest mountain in Indonesia. 4. Lohita and Ikshu oceans in South and East China. 5. Shulmali Dvipa, present Taiwan, and 6. Udaya in Japan, which is described by Sugriva as the first place that sees the sunrise in a day. 2. South direction. 1. Indian kingdoms and tribes, Vindhya Mountains, River Nirmada, River Godavari, Krishnaveni, River Krishna, River Virata, and the kingdoms of Andhra, Pundra, Chola, Pundya, famous for its pearls, and Kerala. 2. Mahendra Parvata, the mountain at the southern tip of India where sage Agastya resided. 3. Dvipa Maricha, a treacherous oceanic island filled with demons. 4. Lanka, the golden city of Ravana, located across the ocean. 5. Mount Malaya and Mount Rishabha, famous for sandalwood and hidden treasures. 6. Bhagavati, the mythical underground city of the Nagas, located at the extreme south. Note, Sugriva warns the group going towards the south to leave Yamapuri, the present Antarctica, as it is a dangerous place which is not habitable. In different directions, Sugriva mentions the kingdoms, regions, and places as follows. 3. West direction. 1. The western lands and oceans. 2. Indian regions and rivers, Saurashtra, Gujarat. Balika, Balkh/Punjab region, Chandrabhaga, Chenab, river, and the Indus, Sindhu, river. 3. Western Sea, Arabian Sea, the vast ocean where the river Indus meets the sea. 4. Mount Samagiri and Mount Alaka, mountains located near the sea coast. 5. Marachi Pattanam, a famous ancient western port city. 6. Mount Astakala, Sunset Mountain, the western horizon where the sun sets. Sugriva described a magnificent 10,000-peak golden mountain here. 7. Varana's abode. Deep-sea areas and mystical islands where the Lord of the Oceans, Varana, is said to reside, identifying regions reaching up to ancient Persia/Middle East. 4. North direction. 1. The massive snow-capped mountains and remote northern realms. 2. Indian kingdoms, Mleccha, Pulinda, Surasena, Prasthala, Bharata, Kuru, Madra, and Cambodia kingdoms, covering North India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. 3. Himalaya mountains, the great snow peaks containing hidden caves and ashrams. 4. Mount Krauncha, a massive mountain gap beyond the Himalayas. 5. Kailasa Parvata, the sacred abode of Lord Shiva and Kabura's palace. 6. Menaka Mountain, a golden mountain located north of Kailasa. 7. Uttarakuru, the mystical land of the northern Kurus, described as a paradise on earth where people live long and happy lives, identifying regions of Tibet and Siberia. 8. Somagiri and Mount Meru, the ultimate northern boundary where there is no sun, but the mountain itself illuminates the sky. Sugriva warned them not to travel beyond this point as it marks the end of the habitable world. The above information is a strong proof for two facts. Number 1 is that the Ramayana is history, and not any fiction or mythology. The second fact to be noted that the whole world was aware of the other places, regions and kingdoms. They followed the Vedic culture and communicated through the first global language, Sanskrit. Sarvat Jana Sukhino Bhavanthu. Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavanthu.